And now, for your listening pleasure, the Blazing Defender Report with your host, Travis Jones.
Welcome, everyone, to the Blazing Defender Report. I'm your host, Travis Jones, otherwise known as the Blazing Defender. No one really calls me that. I just call myself that. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the show for guys that are first-time viewers, first-time listeners on Blog Talk Radio. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. I've got a great stack of comic books to talk about today. Just a little overview of the Blazing Defender Report. I buy comic books every week. And what I do is I bring the comic books here and give you a little synopsis of what the book I read's about. Try to make it as spoiler-free as possible. I want you to be just as excited as I am when you turn the page and Namor gets his fucking head cut off by Hyperion. Spoiler alert, that happened. But it was a while back, so it's probably not a spoiler. But I want you to be just as shocked. So I try to keep it spoiler-free. And for people that want to get into reading comic books, but they're really not sure what they would like, I try to cut out some of the guesswork for you. I talk about the things that I really enjoy about the comic book. Some of the comic books I read are not award winners. You're never going to see them win an award. You're never going to see them get a 10.0 on IGN or fucking whatever you go to. Hopefully you just come here for your reviews. And I sometimes won't even give a book a 9 or a 10, even though I dramatically like it. But because of lapses in the story or the sluggishness of the storytelling or the shittiness of the art, I'll drag it down. Doesn't mean I don't buy it, okay? Because I get that sometimes. They're like, well, you only review books you like. Yeah, duh, no shit, because I buy them each week. I kind of have a 3-issue rule. If I get a new book, say it starts at issue 1. It looks really intriguing to me. I buy it. Say I'm not crazy about it. I'll get the 2nd issue. I'll even go as far as the 3rd issue because sometimes storytelling takes a minute. It needs to drive some momentum. It needs to gather some momentum. I'm all about that. I'm fine with that. I just need to pay off at book 3. These books are not cheap. Some go as high as $5. Some are as low as $2.99. So if I'm going to invest that kind of money, I can't keep investing each week hoping this book's going to be great. There's a great book out right now. I say a great book. I wanted it to be a great book. A book called Hyperion. He's part of the Squadron Supreme. I'm a huge Hyperion fan, and I really want this book to be great. It's in issue 3, and it's not grabbing me. So I'm very upset about it. I'm probably going to discontinue it. I might give it another try. They might need 4 issues, but that's usually not my rule. But I am such a Hyperion fan, I'll probably pick it up. But if issue 4 sucks, it's out, man. There's too much good stuff out there for me to spend my money on, for you to spend your money on, to just waste your time on somebody to gather momentum to build a story enough to where you want to invest in it. So that's kind of what I try to do. I try to tell you the high points, and you may think, man, I've heard a lot about this DK3. What the hell is that? Well, it's the Dark Knight 3. It's the 3 parts of the trilogy, the 3rd part of the trilogy. I'm going to tell you some stuff about it, and you may go, man, that sounds really cool to me. Even though I may not like it, you may hear something in there like, man, well, that sounds pretty interesting to me. I want to go pick it up. That's my whole goal. That's my whole goal, is for you to listen to the show, for you to watch the show, for you to hear me talk about a comic book and me say something that piques your interest. You go out and pick up the book and you love it. I have done my fucking job. The job here is done for the Blazing Defender. So with that, I want to get to some stuff real quick. If you're watching this, and you're probably a pretty fucking big geek like I am, you might be a pretty big gamer like I am. There's a subscription box out there that caters to both of those needs. It's called Loot Crate. Loot Crate is for geeks and gamers. And the great thing about Loot Crate is it is licensed gear. If you get something from Marvel, or the Punisher Daredevil wallet they had a couple months ago in the Versus box, it was a licensed Marvel product. It's not some knockoff shit. It is licensed stuff. It's pretty cool. I've gotten some cool stuff out of Loot Crate. I got a great shirt out of Loot Crate that I wear out to places. It's skull made out of kitty cats, but you really have to look at it and see the kitty cats, and it's so great to see people react. They're usually fucking really hammered on a bunch of Molly before they actually see it, so it's fucking hilarious when they finally get it. They're like, oh my God, it's kittens. Like, yeah, dude, it's fucking kittens. But I've gotten some really cool stuff out of there. Just for watching the show, I'm going to help you save some money if you want to try out Loot Crate. Me and another friend of mine from the network, the Giant Size Team Up Network, which I'm a part of, we're going to start a Loot Crate box opening soon, video and audio on Blog Talk. So you can check it out for yourself. You can see what we get each month, and you can be like, man, that looks pretty cool, or man, I'll fucking pass. But just to let you know, it does help us out if you do subscribe. In the show notes, there's going to be a link, www.lootcrate/giant size team up. Not giant size. That would be weird. Like giant sized, team up. Nah, it sounds like something that you would get at a bar with a bunch of guys. Which is nothing wrong with that, mind you. Nothing wrong with that. But giant size team up network, giantsizeteamup.com. Go there. You're going to find a whole list of shows like this one, much better than this one, might I add. DC on Screen, which was just nominated for a podcast award. Marvel Cinematic Universe, which was nominated for a podcast award. We've got some great shows on the network. Please go there, check it out. We have some YouTubers also. I guess I'm considered a YouTuber. I never thought I was a YouTuber before, but I guess I am. That's kind of where I started, and because I didn't have a place to put get an RSS feed to, I wasn't on Audible or anything like that. I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing until I got with these guys, and I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I know tons more than I did, which is not saying a lot. But got another YouTuber, big gamer, Kingfisher745 is on our network. He does great gaming videos if you're into something like that. But there's something for everybody. Breaking the Panel. They talk about everything geek related, from movies to action figures to video games. I mean, these guys do it all. So check that out. And like I said, for just checking it out, for just watching this show, click the link below. In the code word, put Giant Size Team Up, no spaces, all one word. And we're going to save you some loot on your Loot Crate. See what I did there? See, I can transition shit. What's up? All right. And if you heard me talk about Blog Talk Radio before, I am on Blog Talk now. Thank God, finally. I'm on there. I've got some episodes of the Defender Report where I do comic book reviews like I'm going to do today. I know you're watching or you're listening to this going, when the fuck are the comic reviews? They're coming, dog. They're coming. Chill out. Have your drink. Pop open a beer. It's Derby week here in Louisville, Kentucky. We've been drinking since last week just to train up for this week. This week is going to be fucking off the charts here. It's the reason I had to get my show in today, or it was not going to get done at all, because this week is going to be nonstop. Starting tomorrow, it's nonstop till Sunday morning. So it takes a toll on the Blazing Defender. Why do I keep doing that? I hate third person shit. So why am I doing it? I'm drinking right now, trying to get my training up for tomorrow. But a lot of stuff going on this week here. Done forgot what I was fucking saying. Anyway, we're on Blog Talk. Get on Blog Talk. I also have a show called Meatheads on Movies. It's me, my training partner, Big Sam. We get on there. We do preview shows where we talk about what we want, what we need to see in movies coming up. We have our Civil War show on the air right now. Check it out. It's on Blog Talk as well. And also you can go on my YouTube channel, Blazing Defender at YouTube, and check the show out there. It's getting pretty good reviews. I've always wanted to do a show with somebody instead of running one myself. It's harder than you would think. I know you think, what's fucking hard about it? Just imagine talking to yourself for an hour. That's what I'm doing. I try to act like you're listening, but I'm still talking to myself for an hour. It's a little fucking strange, I'll be honest. But this show I do with my co-host, Big Sam, and we talk about what we want in movies, what we need in movies, and then we do a review show. So I am seeing the show. Both of us are seeing the show Thursday at 7. Today is Tuesday, so we're going to see it this week, Thursday at 7. I always want to get 2 viewings in before I do a review show, just to be accurate. So we're going to see it again on Sunday. The review show will be out Monday or Tuesday. Hopefully we get it on Blog Talk by the end of the week. I know there's review shows you got to hit while the iron's hot. So please check that out. Give me your feedback. It's been pretty positive so far. We're just a couple goofballs, big nerds that just really, really love the movies. And we just want to share our love for it. So check that out. Blog Talk Radio. Something else I want to talk about, comic book related real quick, is the new Captain America book, Captain America Steve Rogers. If you are into comic books, then you know that Cap lost his super soldier serum. Say that fucking while you're hammered 6 times in a row. He lost it a while back to the Iron Nail, and he's been basically old man Rogers for a better part of a year now, maybe over a year. I'm so sick of it. So I was so excited when I heard that Super Soldier Steve was coming back. His book's going to start this month. Cannot wait for it. But just to get you as excited as I am, if you're a big Cap fan like I am, here's some things that you need to know about the book. The book looks amazing. We've got Nick Spencer writing it and a guy named Jesus Saiz that is on the artwork. The artwork looks really, really pimp. I'm not familiar with him other than the promo stuff that I've seen for Captain America. He has done an issue of a book called Standoff, which is kind of like a prelude thing to Civil War II, which we'll talk about later next week, before it starts, I should say. So, but the artwork looks really cool. It looks like he's got a great grasp on Cap fighting, his acrobatics. Cap is sporting a new shield. It's a lot like the World War II shield that he kind of has in the movie. So, but this one it's functionable. And like I said, I don't want to give anything away, but the shape leads to functions that Cap uses. And this artist has, from what I've seen, has really captured some of that. Really, really cool. Nick Spencer, great writer. So I'm totally hyped for that. But it looks amazing, and I was really, really worried about how it was going to look. If you're reading the new Captain America, people are probably like, well, who's the new Captain America? If you're not into comic books and you don't know, the Falcon, who is Cap's sidekick, best friend, buddy. Cap had passed his shield on to him when he lost his serum. So Falcon has been the new Captain America. Now, the reason I bring that up is in Falcon's book, the new Captain America, they're at odds. Cap kind of stayed out of politics while he had the shield. Falcon has chose a different route. He has chose to express his political views, and it's caused a rift between him and Cap. I think Cap feels like he's doing something with the mantle that shouldn't be done. Cap should be not really above politics. I think it's above politics, but to be more politically correct, to coin a phrase, I think he thinks Cap should be neutral. He shouldn't be political. He should just do what's right no matter what. Fuck partisan lines. I'm going to do what's right no matter what. So Falcon is still doing the right things, but he's letting his political views be known. It's driven a rift between Cap and him and his friendship and their friendship. And in this book, that friendship starts to mend. They start to come back together, which is interesting because I know in Civil War II, which is going to pick Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, against Tony Stark, Iron Man, Falcon chooses a side there. So, in saying that, you would think, okay, well, him and Cap being buddies again. No. Cap is staying neutral in Civil War II. He was one of the main antagonists in Civil War I. He knows the damage and destruction that can happen when heroes don't agree on things. So he's trying to stay Switzerland. He's trying to be neutral in all this. So it's going to be tough for Cap to stand by and not do anything. But we know Cap, just like he says in the movie, he tells Tony, when I see something going south, I can't help myself. And when he sees things going down bad, he's going to intervene. I think Cap's going to play a much bigger role than what people think, especially now that he's back. And the new Captain America book, And actually, before Steve lost the super soldier serum, they really dealt with some new enemies, like the Iron Nail, the guy that took Steve's abilities from him. That was kind of a new character, okay? Very, very cool character, might I add, from that run. Rick Remender run, actually, who's one of my favorite writers. But this series is going to kind of get back to basics, which I'm very excited about. We're finally going to see the return of the Red Skull. We really haven't seen Skull since the whole Winter Soldier arc way back, way back. So I'm very glad to see him bringing Skull back, and it looks like he's going to be trying to rebuild Hydra, and we know how Steve feels about that. So great, classic enemy, classic antagonist coming back to battle Steve. So that should be very, very interesting. And there's going to be some fallout in S.H.I.E.L.D. itself. Now, if you're not keeping up with the comic books, it's okay, but Maria Hill has been running S.H.I.E.L.D. since Nick Fury's been gone. Okay? So, or dead. Spoiler alert, he's dead. So Maria has done some things that have led to the Standoff series. She has taken an ability, a power, a cosmic power, and kind of created a different kind of prison for villains, and it's kind of backfired on her. So there's going to be a lot of fallout in this book due to that. And I say fallout, I mean they're finally going to get Maria. She's finally going to get the consequences that she deserves for lying to the public, for kind of going on her own, kind of Nick Fury style, and doing something that was not sanctioned, that no one knew about until the shit went bad. So, and it looks like Cap is going to be a key person in holding Maria responsible. So there's going to be some of that, which I'm very curious to see how that plays out. But that's it, man. That's just some cool things in Captain America's new book. Trust me, I will have it when it comes out. It's not this week. It's next week, I believe. So, but go to blazingdefenderreport.com. I've got a bunch of the preview stuff. You can see this Jesus Shais. You see his artwork there, and it looks really cool. So I hope you're getting excited about this book as I am. Big Captain America fans. There's going to be more Captain America fans after this movie. It's getting rave reviews. So cannot wait for that. All right. Quit your bitching. I hear you. Comic reviews. I got you. It's a comic review show. That's why you're watching. Okay. Let's get down to it. Now, to silence my critics that say I only review shit that I like, I'm starting off with my DC books this week, and I'm going to start off with DK3. Now, for my Blog Talk listeners, I apologize, but I am showing the cover, which is a very, very cool cover. It shows a bunch of the Kryptonians that are out of the bottle now, out of Kandora. They're coming through like the skyline of the bat symbol. It's a very, very cool cover. Okay. Yeah. Andy Kubert's art has been really, really cool on this book. Even though I feel like this issue is rushed. Now, this issue has been delayed as fuck. Almost 3 months delayed. So when I open it up and I feel like the artwork's rushed, it upsets me. But nevertheless, I have loved this series up until this issue. This issue is all over the fucking place. You got the Kandorians. They're out of the bottle. They're being led by this crazy fanatical Quart or whatever the fuck his name is. He's fucking nuts. He basically wants to razz the world of human beings. He wants to clean them of their sins. The Kandorians are fucking right behind him in all this. They've been stuck in a fucking bottle, so you know they're pissed. So, and now Laura, Superman's daughter, has sided with them. Well, when Clark hears this, Clark's been, he's frozen himself in the Fortress of Solitude. Batman and Carrie Kelly get him out by saying basically the Kandorians are fucking killing people on Earth. You need to do something. He does. Laura has sided with them, and there is a hellacious beatdown that Superman takes by Laura because he won't fight her. It's his daughter. He will not raise a hand to her, as you wouldn't think Clark would. So now while all this is going on, the world's going to hell in a handbasket. So you've got this Quark guy has said, he's told Gotham, you bring me the bats and I won't kill all of you. So now Gotham is turned against the Batman, their savior. But now they're like, holy shit, this dude's basically Superman. You got Bats, you got to go. You got to go. So we know Bats is older now. So there's a great shot here, a great panel I'll show you of Carrie Kelly injecting probably cortisone or something in Bruce's knee. And you can see the scars on Bruce's knees. And I love how big he looks. I think it's awesome how huge he is. But you can see his knees all scarred up, big suture marks on his knees and stuff. So Batman's getting ready. He's finally going to put back on the cape and cowl and take it for a run. But like I said, this issue's all over the place. There's a scene with Flash, and he's running towards Gotham, I guess, to help, and he's saying all this stuff, which it makes no sense to me. And then somebody with no shirt comes flying through and crushes his knees while he's flying, and just shatters his knees. And there's a great image here. I'll show you this image of Flash broke down. Look at his legs. I mean, he is smashed up, man. Okay. So, but what the hell? That's it. It's 2 pages long. It's like, who was that guy? I had a guy tell me that was Quark. And I'm like, the dude had hair. Quark don't have any hair. So I don't think that's him. So anyway, Commissioner Gordon, not Commissioner Gordon, the new commissioner, she's basically at wit's end. Batman shows up and he's like, you better get off your ass because we got work to do. Now, the issue started out with Ray Palmer. He's like, I don't know if he's getting smaller, he's falling through the multiverse. I have no idea what's going on. Like I said, the book is all over the place. Other than having some really cool images in it that I pretty much showed you, Superman gets his ass kicked. Batman's getting ready to come out, which is great. I'm ready for Batman to get in action because all we've really seen is Carrie Kelly so far. But it's all over the place. I don't know what's going on. This Quark shit's dragging out. He gave him 36 hours to turn over the bat. I don't understand these time frames by villains. If you're an all-powerful villain, motherfucker, give it to me now, or I burn a building down. I burn a building down every 5 minutes till you show up. That's what I would do. Why 36 hours? That's fucking stupid. This has been a good story up until this issue. Now, we are in issue 4. So books 1 through 3 have been really good. I've really enjoyed it. Dark Knight Returns is one of my favorite books of all time. So the sequel, Dark Knight Strikes Again, not so much. But this has been a good third chapter of all that. Now, starting to drag. Now it's starting to get all over the place. And it's been delayed so long. So, really don't know what to think about it so far. You could try it. If you like the first 3 issues, you might want to stick with it. I'm sticking with it because, like I said, the first 3 were really good. So, let's hope it gets better. All right. Now, on to Batman 51, which that's a John Romita Jr. cover, which is really, really cool. I like his art. Some people don't. Oh, got a funny story. Funny story for you. Just real quick. I've just remembered it. Sorry, I had to wet my whistle. All right. I'm in AutoZone the other day. You know, I try to do manly shit. It don't go real well when I try to do manly shit, but I try. I look manly, so therefore I feel like I have to do some manly shit sometimes just to fool myself, if nothing else. So I'm in AutoZone. And this guy, this older gentleman, I was buying some oil. I bought a fucking windshield wiper, and I bought some fuel injection cleaner. So I'm checking out. You ready to check out? Yes, sir. So I check out. He's like, and I happen to have a tank top on. I was out in the yard doing stuff. I was working on my truck or my Jeep, and I had a tank top on because it was fucking hot outside. I normally don't wear tanks. I know I'm wearing one now, but I normally don't wear one. Just because I really don't like the attention. So anyway, he's looking at me and he goes, you know what? I got a cousin that you remind me a lot of. And I said, really? And the tank top I had on was an Avengers tank top, like classic Avengers, like original Iron Man, original Cap, Giant Man, Wasp, everybody, Hulk on my tank top. And I said, really? It's like, who's your cousin? Or no, first he goes, yeah, he's got big arms like you. And he actually draws the cover for Iron Man now. And I said, really? So now I'm thinking, okay, I'm in just the right mood. I'm going to call bullshit. So I said, what's your cousin's name? And he says, Greg Land. Now, for everybody out there that's not a comic book person, you're going to go, who the fuck is that? For everybody that is a comic book person out there, you're going to go, holy shit, Greg Land. And that's exactly what I said. I went, your cousin's Greg Land? Greg Land is I feel he's a phenomenal artist. There's a lot of people who don't like his art, which is weird to me. He draws some of the best looking women in comic books. He's actually on the Uncanny X-Men run now. And his Monet character is fucking smoking hot. It's a phenomenal character. He makes a sexy as hell Psylocke, and he uses like real porn stars as models for his artwork. So, they're banging. No pun intended. But anyway, so I was a huge fan, and I said, Greg Land's your cousin? And he looks at me. He goes, you know him? And I said, yeah, I'm a huge comic book fan, and I love Greg Land's art. He draws some of the sexiest women in Marvel Comics. And then I said, and Greg Land's a big guy? And he goes, well, he used to be, and back in the day when we were kids, he was one of the few guys that could lift 500 pounds. And so he's telling me all this shit. Long story short, never in a million years would I feel like I would remind someone of fucking Greg Land. And me know about it. You know what I'm saying? It's really weird. It's a small world. And what's even weirder is Jay Leaston, who is a inker here in Louisville, does all Greg Land's inks. Like, he comes out to the comic book shop that I go to, and he signs autographs and shit like that. But Greg Land keeps him busy because, like I said, Greg Land's one of the top guys at Marvel now, so he can pretty much do whatever he wants. But funny story. You may think it was funny. I was like, holy shit, I reminded somebody of Greg Land. Greg Land's a big guy. I don't know. It was weird. Anyway, back to Batman 51. Sorry, tangent time. That was a tangent moment, guys. Try not to have too many of them. The reason this is such a significant issue is this is the end of Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's run on the Batman series. When the new 52 launched, 4 years ago? Has it been that long? 5 years ago? I don't know. It's been a while. They were the beginning creative team on this book. They are still the creative team on this book until this issue. They are both going their separate ways. Scott Snyder will continue to write on All-Star Batman, which is going to be part of the Rebirth. So this is the culmination of all their work on this book. It's a good book. I seen where IGN's giving it a 9.5 and all that shit. It's a good book. It's a great ending to this story for them to be a solo story. To be a solo story, it's okay. For it to be their end, it's fair. It really shows Batman as the Dark Knight detective, which I love. There's a scene in it where he's basically infiltrated the Court of Owls as an owl, and his disguise and everything is fucking great. I was like, holy shit, that was Batman, so that was a great moment. I don't know. I would really like to went out with a bang. I don't want to say this was a whimper, but it wasn't a bang. It was just a solid story, which is basically, they've done better than that. They have given us maybe the best run artist-writer combination on Batman ever. I mean, their shit is phenomenal. I mean, you can go back to any story arc that these two guys did on Batman, and it's excellent. So, but it was a good story, a good single issue story, which is kind of hard to do when you only have one issue to do it in. So I won't give anything away because there's really nothing to give away, but it's cool to see. There is a supposed threat on Gotham City. There's a power outage, and it's pretty citywide. And Batman knows something's coming, so he's going through his paces to find out what's coming and trying to head it off before it happens. And I won't tell you how it ends, but it's pretty cool. And what I really like is the very last page. And it's what Batman says that gave me goosebumps. And let me see if I can read the last page to you, just to show you what I'm talking about. He's talking to Alfred through his headset, and they've kind of decided what the threat's going to be. And Batman's and Penny's telling him, Alfred Pennyworth's telling him, calls him Penny One in his headset. And Batman's sitting on a gargoyle with the sun coming up, which is a cool image. It's very silhouette-ish. And he goes, "Understood, still watching just in case." And once you read the story, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's like one of the reasons I love Batman. He's the fucking ultimate warrior. He's 5 steps ahead of everybody. He's a strategic genius, but he's vigilant and he's obsessive. And I like that about him. It's like no one portrays the focus of his mission. Maybe not even the Punisher. No one portrays the focus of his mission like Batman does. And this issue really captures that essence. Still does not go out with a bang, but it does go out very strongly. So don't buy this book. Go out and buy the other books that Capullo and them have done if you really want to get the full impact of what these two guys have done. All right. Enough of DC books, starting with our Marvel stuff. Love Karnak. And there's the cover. Really pretty cool cover of the showing the body diagram and showing different pressure points where Karnak can hit and probably kill you. What's interesting about this book is Karnak is working with Phil Coulson. Now, who also makes an appearance in this book is Fitzsimmons. So I thought that was really neat. No, I'm sorry, not Fitzsimmons, just Agent Simmons. Fitz is the guy, Sims is the girl, right? So Karnak's actually working with them. They're looking for what could possibly be an Inhuman who is some type of messiah. Like he's got this cult following. People are dying for him. Karnak's trying to get on top of it. He's using S.H.I.E.L.D. basically for their resources. They've got a lead in the case. They go to this temple where there's a bunch of followers of this messiah, and they're projecting some type of frequency. All of them together doing this chant, and they're projecting some type of frequency, and it's destroying the helicarrier. So Karnak, being Karnak, he's basically studying this frequency. Now everybody in the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier is freaking out. Coulson's like, dude, we got to do something. Karnak's like, give me a second. Okay. Well, then Karnak's like, give me control of your PA system. Does this thing have a PA system? And they're like, yeah. He goes, give me control of it. Well, if you don't know what Karnak's ability is, he's a martial arts master, of course. But his ability, his inhuman ability, is to find the weakness in anything. A wall, a person, a book, a math equation. I mean, and that's what's cool about this comic is it is really expanded on Karnak's abilities, not just in the fighting realm, but in all realms. And like I said, I try to keep this podcast as spoilers free as possible. So I don't want to tell you what he does to all these, it looks like hundreds of followers, but it is devastating. And Coulson looks at Karnak and says, "Are you the devil?" And Karnak says, "The devil's a story. I'm Karnak." He's a bad motherfucker, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. He's badass. Never in a million years would I have said, man, I'm a fucking Karnak fan. Never in a million years. He was C-list at best, just an inhuman lackey. The motherfucker is coming into his own in this book. Warren Ellis is killing it on this book. So Karnak number 3. You ain't got to worry about this making the 3-issue run, because it is. I'm in this book for as long as they make it. Very, very cool book. So check it out, Karnak. I'm telling you, it's a much different superhero book than you're probably looking for, but you're gonna love it. It's violent, it's brutal. Karnak is cool as shit. Really, really good book. All right, another cool book this week, Squadron Supreme number 6. You can see it's Dr. Prism down there and Black Bolt. Speaking of Inhumans, we got the Black Bolt flying over top of her. All right, now Squadron Supreme. Squadron Supreme, you know I'm a fan. I said it earlier, big Hyperion fan, big Squadron Supreme fan. This issue is Dr. Spectre specific, because Nighthawk, who is one of the leaders of the group, has her on a reconnaissance mission to find something in the deep sea. All the Squadron Supreme are from different worlds. They were part of the Squadron Supreme in those different worlds, but their worlds were destroyed due to Secret Wars. Now, we won't even get into that mindfuck. Okay, this podcast, or actually any podcast, I don't know if I could even explain it to where it would make any fucking sense. You just have to read it. Multiverses, collapsing, worlds destroying. There were some survivors in a very retarded Cliff Notes version. So Dr. Spectre is from one of those worlds, not of this one, but a Dr. Spectre nevertheless. Now, in the world her world that was destroyed by the Illuminati, which was Doctor Strange, Reed Richards, Namor, Black Panther, Iron Man. Okay, that was the Illuminati. They were destroying worlds to save their world, 616, which was Earth 616. Don't get caught up in it. But come to find out, in this issue, we find out Black Bolt is the one that saved Dr. Spectre. So he saved, even though he destroyed her world, he saved her. So she's in this issue. She's like, how do I, the rest of the squadron doesn't know that. She's like, we're kind of here to extract revenge on this group. But what do I do to the guy that saved my life, even though he destroyed my world? So she's kind of having a moral issue, a moral conflict on how she's going to handle it. And she's on this mission. Nighthawk is on a mission. He ends up running to the Marvel 616 Nighthawk, which is kind of interesting. It's a good book. I've really liked Squadron Supreme, but I'm a fan of Squadron Supreme. So it's violent. I like where Marvel's taking it. And what I mean by that is, if you're a comic book fan, you remember the Authority in the Wildstorm universe, which was part of DC. They basically worked with the government, and then when the government fucked them with their own agenda shit, the Authority said, you know what? We don't need you anymore. We're going to police the world the way we see it. Right or wrong, we're going to police the world. If we see wrong, we're fixing it regardless. No politics, no ulterior motives. We're here to save people, and that's it. The Authority has taken on that. And basically what they've said is, each one of us have seen our worlds destroyed. We will not let that happen to this one. We will not let an Illuminati make decisions for the people. We will make the decisions for the people. Now, whether that's right or wrong is a philosophical issue. But this group has came together, this team, which is a very, very potent team. They handed the Uncanny X-Men their ass, the Uncanny Avengers their ass. They wiped out Atlantis, took out Namor. They're big-time players. And I love that Marvel started out with the first few issues of giving them the nuts, giving them the chops to say, hey, this group needs to be reckoned with. So, and I feel like this is just adding more layers to the story. Now, what happens at the end of this is even going to push it further, because, no spoiler really, Prism comes in contact with Black Bolt again. Now, what are Black Bolt's motives? We'll find out. But Squadron Supreme, issue 6, it's been a great run. I like it. Is it the best book out there? No, but it's a very, very good book. So, on to another very, very good book, Old Man Logan. This should be issue 4. Issue 5. Old Man Logan, issue 5. Lamar and Sorrentino, or Sorrento, I'm sorry. Sorrento's art is freaking fantastic. If this book sucked ass story-wise, I'd probably still buy it for the artwork. It is phenomenal. There's not really a great splash page I can show you. I'm sure there's one where Logan's on a motorcycle, and that's actually looks pretty good. I'm going to show you that one. But Logan is basically taking some time away from the X-Men. He's got some things he wants to do. He ends up going back to Canada to see the Weapon X project. This is not our Logan. This is another Logan from Secret Wars. So he's older. His world, all the heroes were killed but him. So now he's in a world again with heroes. He kind of is looking for his place. He goes to this place to find what he thought was the love of his life. He ends up finding her, but in a different way. Like I said, I don't want to spoil anything. It's a very, very good book. And I tell you, Logan, our Logan, the 616 Logan, yeah, has been dead for a while. So if you're looking for your Wolverine fix, this book is it. And not only will it give you your Wolverine fix, it's a good book. It's a great book. It is one of my favorite books of 2016. So, and I'm a big Wolverine fan. So I love this book. Absolutely love this book. So please check it out. If you're a Wolverine fan, you've got to check it out. It is your Wolverine fix right now. All right. Another big favorite of mine. And it's because of one name, Jason Aaron, Mighty Thor. Okay. Now, what's great about this is, and I'm sure everybody's heard, even if you don't read comic books, Thor is a girl now. I won't give you the name of the girl that wields the hammer, but there's a girl that wields the hammer now. Thor was deemed unworthy, which we still don't know why he was deemed unworthy. I hope this gets down to the bottom of it. But so a lot of the new Mighty Thor has been her and her story, but now we're getting back to the story of the Odin son, Thor, our Thor. And Loki is telling a story to what's his name, Diario Auger, the CEO of Roxxon Energy, who is also a Minotaur. He's an evil bastard. He's in control of the most powerful company in the world, and he is part of Malekith's cabal. And Loki is telling a story about the Odin son and about how prayers worked, and about a Viking that used to pray to Thor. Well, Thor would always come and aid him in battle. And then he got jealous because everybody was really worshiping Thor and not him, even though he was leading. If it wasn't for Thor, he wouldn't be winning all of his battles. So he stopped praying to Thor. Well, someone else prayed to Thor and not really turned on him. But Thor's like, you didn't pray to me anymore. You didn't pray for help. This guy did. Knuckle up, Buck. I'm coming for you. So it's kind of what this guy does to get back into the seat again after Thor took down basically his army. It's an old Viking story, and I love the whole I love the old Viking shit. And I love the stuff before Thor was Avenger Thor. You know what I'm saying? So this is a very, very, very cool story. Please check it out. If you're a Thor fan, oh my God. Anything with Jason Aaron's name on it, you buy it. You just fucking buy it. You don't even have to ask, well, what storyline? What issues? You fucking buy it. It's golden. It's fucking awesome. God Butcher, God Bomb. Get it. Get all of them. I've turned several people on to this, and I've yet to have one person say it's not fucking fantastic. And it is. It is fantastic. It is the best Thor stories ever. Walt Simonson, you were great. Jason Aaron, you own Thor in my book. So please check that out. You won't be sorry. All right, now I'm getting to my indie books. Indie books are smaller publishers, smaller print runs. They're not Marvel. They're not DC. And this is an Image book. And I'm trying to get the glare off of it. There you go. Tokyo Ghost. Tokyo Ghost was one of my absolute favorite titles of 2015. The books have come back with issue 6. I'm so excited. This book, this story, our lead character, Led, is jacked in. This is a future dystopia, basically. Everybody's jacked into the internet, feeds all the time, painkillers, drugs. It's not it's not too far from where we're at now. When you're driving on the fucking expressway and you look over and grandma is texting while she's fucking driving. I mean, we're jacked in all the time. You're jacked in right now watching YouTube or Blog Talk. You're jacked in on Facebook. Everybody's fucking jacked in. You're watching porn. You're jacked in. This guy, Led, is jacked in times 10,000 of that. And if you're reading this book, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But there's a guy that's kind of running things right now. He wants to get to Tokyo because it is a paradise that Led basically fucked up and left vulnerable. Well, we finally get why it's called Tokyo Ghost. And me and a buddy of mine have been saying, well, why it's called Tokyo Ghost? I still don't get it. The Tokyo Ghost makes its appearance here, and it's not who I thought it would be. It's very, very cool. From the events that happened last book, it's been 2 or 3 months now, maybe 4, at least 3 months since issue 5. So now we find out who the Tokyo Ghost is. And this is a tragic love story, to say the least. I think that's where it's headed. I hope it doesn't, but I know Remender, and he really likes to make you hurt when you get attached to characters. So Tokyo Ghost, man, get the trade and then pick up issue 6. You're not going to be disappointed. It's not your superhero cape stuff. It's very sci-fi. It's very futuristic. But heroes, villains, violence, sex, it's all in there. And there was actually a sex scene in this book in issue 6 that me and a buddy both were kind of texting each other like, dude, have you read Tokyo Ghost? Yeah. What'd you think? Man, what was up with that one scene? I'm like, dude, I don't know. I could have done without that. But whatever. I don't mind sex. I mean, sex scenes are great. What am I saying? This is a sex scene I wouldn't normally like, and I'm fine with that as long as it moves the story forward or it has some relevance to the story. Don't do it for shock value, and I think they did it for shock value, which, trust me, it fucking worked because I was shocked to shit. I was like, oh, fuck, gross. So, but anyway, it's an entertaining book, obviously, right? So you're going to go out and fucking buy it, just see what I'm talking about. But hey, it works. You won't be sorry. You'll want to know what the first 5 issues were about. All right. My last book is Jacked. Now, Jacked was absolutely one of my favorite titles of 2015. This is the 6th issue. This is the final issue of Jacked. Our story's finally wrapped up. It is about a middle-aged man who can't sexually satisfy his wife. His kids look at him like he's a fucking loser. He feels like a loser. He is a fucking loser. And he finds a pill that gives him super abilities. Now, when he gets these super abilities, he tries to do some good things. He ends up just stepping in shit every time. Well, the shit finally catches up to him. His family's in trouble. His drugs have ran out. Holy shit, what is he going to do? Not a lot I can tell you about this issue because of the way it ends, but I kind of thought it might end this way, but I didn't know how it would end that way. And that's what made the book great. It was how he did it. Does he save the day? I don't know. Does the bad guy get it? I don't know. In him saving the day, does it set some bad shit up in the future? I don't know, but most probably, definitely does. So I don't think this story is done. It'll probably be a Jack 2 because of the way this ends. But Eric Kripke is the writer on this. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, he is a TV writer. He did the Supernatural series, which I absolutely fucking love. And he's done some other things. But when I heard he was going to do a comic book, I'm like, oh, I'm fucking in. This, mark my words. This book will get picked up as a movie property. And I'm telling you, Seth Rogen would be the ideal character for this book. He's goofy, he's funny, but he can still be humanly relatable. And we can all look at Seth Rogen like he's a fucking loser. So that he would be fucking spot on fantastic for this part. But this is going to be a movie property. Guarantee it. So if you're an investor, if you like to collect comic books for investment, go out and get issues 1 through 6 of Jacked. Keep them somewhere safe. When the movie hits, you'll have the fucking first prints. Guys, that's it for my books this week. Like I said, we've got the Civil War show coming up. Please check that out. I'm very, very fucking excited for that. I cannot fucking wait. We've got the new Cat book coming out. There'll be new books this week, but like I said, it's Derby week here. Probably won't get to those books till next week, but there will be a show next week and a Civil War review show next week. There will be, I'll be on Blog Talk. Please check out Blog Talk. Please check out YouTube. Please check out Loot Crate. Loot Crate really helps us out, man. And if you like my show, hit the subscribe button, man. That really fucking helps me. Give me some feedback. BlazingDefenderReport.com, Blazing Defender at Twitter, Blazing Defender at Instagram. You type in Blazing Defender or Blazing Defender Report, I'm going to pop up somewhere on the internets. I promise you I will. But with that, guys, thank you very much. Now it's time to put the women and children to bed and go looking for dinner. Thanks, guys. Have a fucking fantastic week. Stay safe and love each other. Blazing Defenders out. Peace.